Throughout NBA history, the game of basketball has never been short on evolution. From the big bruising bigs in the 90s, to the high-flying and elite scoring from the 2000s wings, to the dazzling guard play and amazing shooting from the 2010s guards. The game of basketball has never lacked innovators. So they got me thinking, what's the next step? I mean, we've seen Steph Curry utilize three-point shooting to a level we've never imagined before. We've seen the Houston Rockets take it a step further by almost completely removing the mid-range jumper from their offensive attack, becoming a hallmark of efficiency by almost taking strictly layups and three-pointers. We've seen the Miami Heat utilize small ball to win 2 championships in a row, and the Golden State Warriors taking it a step further with their death lineup, and then the Houston Rockets taking it to the highest level we've ever seen it by playing a 6'5" man at the center position, virtually playing 5 out like it's 2K. So, what's the next step? What's the next big way to play? I don't think you guys have to look any further, because I think I already found it. From the mid-2010s to now, the Toronto Raptors have been a hallmark of efficiency. I mean, from the 2014 to 2015 season to now, they've only finished outside the top 5 in the East one time. And that one year, they missed the playoffs completely. Outside of one year where they finished 5th in the conference, they've been top 3 almost every single year. And being that good also comes with a lot of innovation. From being able to maximize Kyle Lowry and DeMar DeRozan's ability on the Toronto Raptors while still getting bounced because, you have LeBron in the same conference. They were able to move on from that while getting only a 1-year rental of Kawhi, still able to maximize it to the point where they won their first ever championship. But now, as they've gone through the rebuilding process, removing Kyle Lowry, who was their best player from the team, and deciding to go young, the Toronto Raptors have introduced something that I don't think we've seen to this level before. So let's get into it. So, to kill a lot of suspense, I'm talking about positionless basketball. But not positionless basketball in the way you think. I'm talking about it optimized to its most elite level. Right now, the Toronto Raptors are full of some of the longest and most rangiest players in the league. From Pascal Siakam to OG Anunoby, Scottie Barnes, Gary Trent Jr., and Precious Achiuwa, this team's having a great year at 35-30, being the 7th seed in the Eastern Conference, with a bunch all young players on this team, and they're showing that their future can probably be some of the best in the entire league. Right now, the 2 oldest players in the set I just mentioned are both only Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, and they're only 27 years old. You go down the rest of the list of the players I just mentioned, none of them are above the age of 24. And while being so young, they've all shown flashes of some offensive brilliance in this league. As of right now, OG Anunoby, who's only 24 years old, is averaging 17.5 points and 35% from 3, while being one of the best defenders in the NBA. Scottie Barnes, in his first season in the NBA, is averaging 15 points per game, an amazing elite transition player, has great defense, great instincts, can work on his playmaking a little bit, but is still one of the better playmakers in the NBA, while being very efficient from the field at 49% from the field. Can work on his shooting a little bit, but he's still having an insane rookie year and is one of the best players for Rookie of the Year right now. And then you have Gary Trent Jr., who they got for Norman Powell, somebody that they probably weren't looking to build a future with on this team anyway. But he's proven to be way better than Norman Powell could possibly be, as this season, not only is he having an insane defensive year, but he's been lighting up the offensive end at 18 points per game, while going 37% from 3 on 8 attempts. And he's one of those players that has very short memory on the offensive end. It doesn't matter if he missed 6 in a row, he's coming back down and shooting the same shot again. He's like a J.R. Smith, Jordan Clarkson mix. He just does not care. He's first team all confidence, which he deserves to have. And right now he's having an amazing defensive year, averaging 1.9 steals per game. And he was just a steal for the position they got him from in Portland, as Portland already moved on from Norman Powell. Then you look at a guy like Precious Achiuwa, whose numbers don't jump off you on the page. Only 8.3 points per game, 6.8 rebounds, 1.1 assists, and only a 0.6 blocks and 0.5 steals on this team. But the improvements after watching him that he's made from last year to this year, as I watched him while he was on the Heat, and he looked like he wasn't supposed to be out there on the floor. He got moved down to the G League a couple times. And so far, the improvements he's made to himself and his game this year has been a testament to how much he's been able to put in work. And the improvements he's probably going to make years to come after this is probably going to be amazing. But it's not what they're good at separately. It's how good they are together. Because having Fred VanVleet on the floor is completely invaluable as a playmaker. Even though he's not one of the switchable players, his value as a floor general actually skyrockets with these players on the floor because he's able to keep them control and keep their offense in a full steady swing. But surrounding him with any combination of Pascal Siakam, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Scottie Barnes, Chris Boucher, and Preston Chua has proven completely invaluable for the Raptors, because their most used lineup this season with 300 minutes played is Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., and Scottie Barnes, and that lineup is a net negative 0.3, which is almost a net zero, but they do have issues rebounding the ball as they have the lowest rebounding rate of any single one of these lineups. But if you throw Pressure Chua or Chris Boucher in any of these lineups, not only does their defense skyrocket, but so does their rebounding rate. Right now, having any big over 6'10 in this lineup that's also switchable has proven completely invaluable for this team, as they have some league leading defensive numbers when they have these lineups in the game. Because the lineup of Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, Gary Trent Jr., Preston Chua, and Scottie Barnes has proven to be a top 15 lineup in the league for any team that's played the lineup over 100 minutes, with their defense being a 100.8 in defensive rating and their net rating being 11.7, being one of the better lineups in the league and one of their best lineups to play. And then you go down a little bit further and you switch out Pascal Siakam for OG Anunoby, and it's almost the same result with a net rating of 7.9 and a defensive rating of 101.5. This team has so many players they can plug into any single lineup that gives them the same versatility on defense while also be able to give you some great offense. It's absolutely scary what these team can do as they grow, develop, and become better throughout the years. Not to mention, having a coach like Nick Nurse that's very innovative is very good for this team, because it shows that he won't strangle a young team to a certain way of playing that he's stuck in. Instead, he was willing to experiment and show that he's willing to grow with his team and find what best works for them, which is great for any young team. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Do you think this team is a future of how the league's going to be? I mean, every single draft you get a new demigod coming to the league that can do everything. Somehow you always find another 6'10 to 7 foot guy that can handle the ball and shoot, and now he's the next Kevin Durant or something. But this team's actually not portraying that. They have a team that's just very good defensively and offensively with some very versatile players on their team, and it could definitely be the future of the league, and I think this is where it's going. So let me know what you guys think down below. All my socials and my podcast is in the description down below. If you guys go check that out, I'd really appreciate it. That being said, this FLB, that's my time, and I'm out. If you're still here while it's queued up, again, all my socials in the description down below. If you enjoy my content, I'm pretty sure you'll love this video right here. It's probably one of my best. If not, this is also the video that YouTube thinks is best for you to watch from my channel. So I'd really appreciate if you check that out either. If not, just hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and be here next time I post more content. Try to post multiple times a week, either 2 to 3. That being said, again, FLB, that's my time. I'm out.